What up, folks? Got my fellowship youth hat on today. You know, I have another hat somewhere. I don't know where my other hat is. I took it off. I don't know where I put it. But anywho, um, Proverbs 22, day 22. A good name is more desirable than great riches. To be esteemed is better than silver or gold. Rich and poor have this in common. The Lord is the maker of them all. The prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty. I might have started over. Hello? I'm going to start over one more time. Proverbs 22, day 22. A good name is more desirable than great riches. To be esteemed is better than silver or gold. Rich and poor have this in common. The Lord is the maker of them all. The prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty. Humility is the fear of the Lord. Its wages are riches and honor and life. In the paths of the wicked are snares and pitfalls, but those who would preserve their life stay far from them. Start children off on the way that they should go, and even when they are old, they will not return from it, or they will not turn from it. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is a slave to the lender. Whoever sows injustice reaps calamity, and the rod they yield in fury will be broken. The generous will themselves be blessed, for they share their food with the poor. Drive out the mocker, and out goes strife. Quarrels and insults are ended. One who loves a pure heart and who speaks with grace will have the king for a friend. One who loves a pure heart and who speaks with grace will have the king for a friend. That's good. The eyes of the Lord keep watch over knowledge, but he frustrates the words of the unfaithful. The sluggard says, "There's a lion outside. I'll be killed in the public square." The mouth of an adulterous woman is a deep pit. Man who is under the Lord's wrath falls into it. Mm. Folly is bound up in the heart of a child, but the rod of discipline will drive it far away. One who oppresses the poor to increase his wealth, and one who gives gifts to the rich both come to poverty. Pay attention to 30 sayings of the wise. Saying one. Pay attention and turn your ear to the sayings of the wise. Apply your heart to what I teach, for it is pleasing when you keep them in your heart and have all of them ready on your lips, so that your trust may be in the Lord. I teach you today, even you. Have I not written 30 sayings for you? Sayings of counsel and knowledge, teaching you to be honest and to speak the truth, so that you bring back truthful reports to those you serve? Saying two. Do not exploit the poor because they are poor, and do not crush the needy in court, for the Lord will take up their case and will exact life for life. Saying three. Do not make friends with a hot tempered person. Do not associate with one easily angered, or you may learn their ways and get yourself ensnared. Do not make friends with a hot tempered person. Do not associate with one easily angered, or you may learn their ways and get yourself ensnared. Do not be one who shakes hands in pledge or puts up security for debts. If you lack the means to pay, your very bed will be snatched from under you. Do not move in ancient boundary stones set up by your ancestors. Do you see someone skilled in their work? They will serve before kings. They will not serve before officials of low rank. Talk about four things: generosity, reputation, obedience, and work. When you see someone skilled in their work, they will serve before kings. They will not serve before low ranking officials. Do not make friends with a hot tempered person. Do not associate with one easily angered, or you may learn their ways and get yourself ensnared. It matters who you're friends with. If you're hanging around people, if you're hanging around people who um, are hot tempered, easily angered, um, then you may learn their ways. It rubs off on you. One says, giving to holding back from the poor and giving gifts to the rich. Like, why? I asked a question like, why would you think that you need to give gifts to the rich unless you're giving? Mind you, there's a difference. Like, giving gifts to the rich is one thing, honoring is another thing. But like, oh, I'm trying to get in the club. I'm gonna give gifts to the rich. You both gonna end up poor. Um, I think this one is a good one. One who loves a pure heart and who speaks with grace will have the king for a friend. Says so much because that also is the way I read it, is speaking about King Jesus as a friend. And so having King Jesus as a friend, the one who loves a pure heart and the one who speaks with grace. I feel like any friend, if you love what I love, that's how we can be better. Like we're better equipped to being friends. Like nobody, I could be friends with someone who doesn't love Jesus, but I mean, like, I'm talking about friends. Nah, like we're not gonna be best friends. We're not gonna be close if you don't have an affection and a love for Jesus. But if you do love Jesus, then we could be friends. If you do love mm, the Lakers, if you do love Kobe, if you do love um, music, if you do love hip hop, if you do love certain animes, if you do love good food, if you do love serving and working with people, then it's most likely, if you do love certain movies, it's most likely we're going to be even better friends because we love the same thing. So he's telling you, Jesus is telling you what he loves: a pure heart and one who speaks with grace. That's an example of something that he loves, and you'll have a king for a friend, the king for a friend. And of course, he might be talking about the actual physical, natural king, but I also believe he's talking about himself. Drive out a mocker, there goes strife. Quarrels and insults are ended. So if you drive out the mocker, strife ends. When you see mockers in places, drive them out, and then quarrels end. The generous will themselves be blessed, for they share their food with the poor. The borrower is a slave to the lender. The rich rule over the poor. So that already says, there's something about being a lender and there's something about being a borrower, but it already told us that we will lend to nations. We will be lenders, not borrowers, right? Start children off the way they should go. It also talks about disciplining your children. Um, Rich and poor have this in common. The Lord is maker of them all. A good name, reputation, is more desirable than great riches. To be esteemed is better than silver or gold. The prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty. So the prudent, the wise, see something wrong and they take refuge, they run from it. The foolish see something wrong and keep going and face the penalty. So when you see something wrong, you can turn around. You can turn around before it's too late. All right, folks. Much love. God bless you. Pray for us tonight. Fellowship you. All right. Peace.